Welcome. This is Spotlight, and I'm Pastor Dan, and we're wrestling with this. What do you do, and where is God when you have problems? And we've all had that. And we have this sort of baseline expectation that if we're on God's side, good things ought to come our way. Israel thought, we're God's people. We have the prophets, we have these promises, and we have the sanctuary, and we're on the inside track with God. And why isn't it happening? And we all have our version of that. Where's the covenant? And where's our destiny? And why isn't it working? I had a lady who was very, very convicted that God was a healing God and that you could pray and that God would always heal. And she had Bible verses that she thought implied that, and she read books like that. And we had like classes with her at her sister's house where she would teach us how if we prayed and had faith and did all these things, God would heal. And she believed that she had been healed of cancer until it came back. She refused to do any chemo or any radiation or any other treatment. She was going to have it by God, so that if she got well, when she got well, all her unbelieving relatives, friends of mine, would know that that was from God. It wasn't the chemo, it wasn't the doctors, it wasn't the protocol, it wasn't science, it was God and God alone. I thought, I'm not sure. Jesus talked about people who wanted Jesus to do miracles. Do a miracle for us, We heard so much about your miracles. Okay, we want to see one. Come down from the cross. Show us. Prove it. I didn't seem to like having to do miracles on demand like that. God prefers to work in the shadows. And I said to her, this lady, I said, I think you ought to try to do the treatments. Yes, it won't be a slam dunk proof to your brother-in-law. Okay, I accept that. But I think it gives God room to work where God doesn't have to force people to believe. If there's cancer and you don't do anything else except pray and God does it, then everyone knows if you pray these prayers and say these things, God should make you well. And now God has to perform. And people want God for only what he can do for you with cancer, and they have to believe. But God doesn't want any to do that. He doesn't want to be the big vending machine in the sky, number one. And number two, he wants people to have free choice. And if he makes himself too obvious, so God has this very delicate balance he has to find to give you enough evidence to help you to believe, but not so much to coerce you to believe. And people have had different phrases about that over the years. This is an old argument. I had to read Religio Medici by Brown in college, and he talks about it, that God must woo, but not coerce, or whatever the other word was. So God has to do this hide in the shadows. When he opened up the waters in the Red Sea and the Jordan River, he used the wind. He has Naaman go dunk under the water, as if somehow dunking under the water. The people would say, well, it must be something in the water. They don't want to give any credit to God. They put mud on your eyes. There's always a deniability so that people can say, I just think it was chance. How did the universe get here? Well, we just had enough chances over enough jillions of years, enough universes, and we finally hit the jackpot. And God doesn't take that freedom away to believe. Noah's Ark hasn't been found. The Ark of the Covenant hasn't been found. We don't get to find a cross or anything where we just, we have a slam dunk, silver bullet. I had a little girl who came up to me one time and she said to me, Pastor Dan, I don't think it works. I'm an atheist now. I said, what in the world are you? Really? I've loved her all. It's a little girl. She said, yeah, I prayed and prayed and prayed about something, but it never worked. It doesn't work, and there's no God. I'm an atheist. Well, we're sitting in the back of a van in Vietnam, and I had a little time. I said, what if there was a boy, and he was dating a girl, they're 16, and he says, hey, you want to get some ice cream? Well, sure. They go to the ice cream, and he buys her a $3 ice cream cone. And they walk, and they eat ice cream. It's like a little date. The next day after school, hey, you want another ice cream again? Well, that'd be great. Go to the ice cream store. Every day for 49 days in a row, buys her ice cream. 50th day, he says, I don't have any money. I'll get paid next Friday. Is it okay if we just walk in the park today? No ice cream? There's no ice cream today? Well, just forget it. And she walks away. I said, how will that boy feel? Not good. I said, that's how God feels if we only want him for the ice cream. So God has to hide in the shadows to be sure that we want him for him and to be sure that there's free choice. Then he can be there. So he hides in the shadow, but he's there. You can call on him and you can strengthen yourself in the Lord, and he's there, but not always out loud where you can see him and hear him. This is Spotlight. Thanks for being with us. God bless. Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience